Hi, this is Johnny. I want to go over some of the stuff that I have hooked up and what I recommend to get. I have this hub that I plug in. I just dropped down. And I have tried this controller, and I have tried the arcade controller, and I found out that the arcade controller is actually better. I have also mounted this one, plugged this one in, and this one does not recognize. It doesn't recognize it when I press start. It won't configure it. This one does configure it, but doesn't do, after configure it doesn't work. And then I have this white one that I configured the first time, and it configured, but then this one somehow malfunctioning. It tend to lose its connection. Okay, so the last conclusion of the joystick that I recommend would be one of this Asian the what they call this, the controller board that you mount arcade stick to replace this one. And now it does come with the same one. The link that I gave you, it does, I believe it does come with a someone controller, because in back of it says someone, SWAN. Okay, then let's go to joystick. Not joystick, the USB flash drive. The first one I used was this. The first one I used was micro USB, and I don't recommend use micro USB. As you can see in the video, in that 1 hour tutorial, it didn't work. Okay, it does not even see it. Okay, so let me get a micro USB to demonstrate that real quick. All my micro USB is being used. Alright, so the micro USB that I was referring to, it looked like this, the micro USB. Sometimes I will accidentally say micro USB on that one. That's a flash drive. That's not micro USB. This is a micro USB, and then this is a micro USB reader. The first time I did it was using the 512 and put it in here, and then I realized this thing get very, very hot, like so hot that when you touch, it feel like it's gonna burn your hand. So right there, right away, before I even start testing it, I was saying I don't recommend it, because right away I was having some problem already before it even started. And so when I plug it in, it didn't recognize it, it doesn't see it, so doesn't work. Okay, and they mentioned that on the README file. So don't use it. Waste your time. It doesn't work. Definitely waste your time, because you have to transfer all the file over, and it doesn't work. Okay. Now the second one that I tried, I'm stepping over everything. The second thing I tried was this one. It's also a sandisk, but this one is a plastic, and then the more you use, this is not very stable. As you can see right here, is already, hear that? It's already cracking. Okay, if I can zoom this better. See, as you can see right here, it's already cracked, and you could push it down. It's already messed up. Hear that? See that? And the NTFS format is the fastest operating system for formatting. The NTFS. My S is somehow doesn't sound correct. S, that's in Sam. Okay, that one, the format is good that they picked, but the problem is I used those operating systems so much, I realized it crashed a lot. Meaning once there's something wrong with it, you will not able to read it no more. And that's what happened yesterday. It was running so slow that at the end of the video I was saying, you know what, I don't recommend upgrading your Ninja Turtle with the Mystery Encoder hack. That's a pretty long name too as well, and I didn't recommend it. And then Later I find out it was the SD card that it was pretty much kissing goodbye to it. So I went and reformatted, we did the whole SD card, lost everything on it, and only have the 64 gig image that was transferred over. I didn't took the time to do the 256 gig that I download from Arcade Punk. All right, so that's enough of that. Let's go back to this. And the main reason I was wanted to touch bases is also to show you how to play the game. As you could see last time when I did a demo yesterday, not the tutorial, but the demo I did, was that some of the game I tried to test, it wasn't starting. And in Raspberry Pi, when you start a game, you press A, and it will go and ask you which chords, which emulator chords you want to use, and you pick the chords that you want to use, and then it will start and it will work. Well, it's very similar, but it's not after you start the game. It's before you start the game, you pick the chord you want and then start the game. So we will go over that in this video. All right, this is the one that I recommended because this is the one that I was waiting for it to come, and it finally came. And this is a 512 gigabyte, and the reason I picked 512 gigabyte is because I want to put more game on it. All right, now the problem is people will say, well, what's the purpose of using 512 gigabyte when you only have 3 buttons? That's true. If you want to mod this, don't pick Ninja Turtle, okay? Because then you have to add more button, which you have to in order to play it. Now, since that controller that I was telling you about that work with this system, then what I recommend is you could split the cable from the controller or wire. You either could split the cable or you could wire it directly to, like, you would have to solder another cable, or you could cut it and then split it into 2 cable and then wrap it together with the electrical tape, split it, and then put it into this controller right here. Okay, so you will have to take the cable from here and cut it and split it, cut it, and then share the cable. So you have one cable going to here and then one cable going to there. So when you boot up to the stock firmware, it will not recognize this card, it recognizes the original card, so you will play from here. Okay, and then once you boot up to the other one, then it will recognize this controller because it doesn't have a select and start. So you will press the start button and configure this controller. Okay, and then that way you will have the controller for both the stock and the hack. And that's what I will recommend doing in order to make it work. That way you don't have to. Now that will be a lot of work for people who want to mod this, because then you will have to drill hole, and then you have to find the button that is not too long so it won't hit the bottom of this, because it's not very deep in here. Because when I try to add the Glenn's controller, it won't fit, because Glenn controller at the bottom of this controller, you have another piece down here and it's going downward instead of sideways. So when you go downward, it makes the thing too long, it's hitting the DAC. So you cannot make this a 2-way or 4-way, it won't work. Okay, so this one, I have got this and I found out one of them broke. And before, a lot of people recommend this. It's short, it's cute, it's plastic, it doesn't burn your hand, but the problem, it burn the plastic and the plastic go bye-bye on the top. Okay, it break because it get too hot. So this is not a good way to go around it. You probably will feel, hey, you know, it works, so why not? Eventually it will go bye-bye. So this is not a long-term solution. If you want a long-term solution, don't get this one. Okay, so this is the one I recommend, and I have put it on the description so you guys could go and get this one. This one here is not hot to touch, but here will be hot. For some reason they're all like that. I don't know why. Maybe once they change it to a C, then it would be better, because C I don't really have the problem, but with the USB A I do have that problem a lot with a lot of console, with a lot of system. So go ahead and get this one. This will be a good one for Neo Geo arcade stick as well. Alright, so this one, it become pretty stable. I got everything plugged in, and I will show you how to play the arcade game, that the one that didn't work last time, that you just go in and come out. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn that on. Now every time you press a start button, you have to have everything plugged in first before press the power on. Don't put it in after you power on, it won't work. Okay, I already tried. I plug everything in after it's already power, and it doesn't recognize any of them. So you have to plug everything in before you turn the power on. And the reason the controller was moving by itself was because I hang this stupid thing on here, and it's creating the joystick to move by itself. The D-pad. So you want to put it somewhere that it doesn't affect it. I'm just gonna let it hang then. Alright, so right now, if you was to press a start button on any controller, it's already set up, because my controller of all of them is already configured. So right now I'm using this controller, okay, and I'll give you the link for it. Okay, so you could actually change the UI setting by pressing the B button, and this is the default ES theme. Went to the bottom. Okay, press B. Oh, this one don't have the. Oh, I forgot to copy the theme over. Let me go copy the theme over, because this image did not have the theme. This one only had one theme. Now the one I gave you, I did double check it. It does have three different themes that you could pick from. Okay. I want to share some cool information, and also something don't do, and that I make mistakes. So in case you guys make the same mistake. Okay. So once you have Ninja Turtle log into it, okay, if you press this this is a button right here. If you press it 4 times on the second one on top, okay, when you first started, you press here 4 times, it comes to this screen, and I thought this screen was kind of pretty neat. If you press it 4 times again, this will go back to normal. Okay, I don't know, this is something I accidentally triggered it to show, but it shows what button is button what. So the one that is plugged into USB, that has the 6 button, well, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 button plus star and select, so it's 10 button actually. So it tell you each one, like this is the X button is the pin top, and this is the thumb. So each of these buttons have different mapping of the key number. Now it's funny is if I go into this controller over here, the button here is different than the one I'm pushing. See that? And if I go to the A button, this is the A, and this is actually is the L button. Right here, this is the L button, and then if I press the star, that's a shift, right shift. Okay, so just FYI. And then if you want to get it back, you just pretty much press any button. I believe you press any button 4 times. 1 2 3 4, consistent. Or maybe the A button. Let's try the A button. Alright, don't use those buttons. Use this button here. The same button that I got into it. So I'm gonna press this button 4 times. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3. One of those buttons. Forgot which one. Alright, let me just press random button. All right, the start button. The start button will bring you back. Okay. Well, anyway, I run into another problem. Is I shouldn't have used Raspberry Pi 4. I use Raspberry Pi 4 theme. I bring some in just to test it. Okay. And it go into Star Wars Darth Vader, but then it freeze. Okay. So if you're gonna download any theme, use the Raspberry Pi 3. Okay, it seemed to be more compatible with this one. Like this one right now, the flashback Star Wars theme, it frees up. Okay, because it's made for Raspberry Pi 4 for the image called Batocera. The Batocera image, they have different version. This one that I have, I think, is the version 29, the theme. So the theme 29, the Batocera theme 29, seem to work with the arcade hack that they have in here. But if you use a Raspberry Pi theme, this is what you get. Now you're gonna say, oh great, now Johnny, what should we do? Now the image, the theme I gave you, I didn't give you this one. I gave you the 3 that will work. Okay, I didn't give you this one, so don't worry, don't get panicked. This one do not work. I didn't give it to you. Now if this happen, go and get another image, but okay, I don't know which file. I think there's one of the files. You just have to tell it that I want to default back to the regular theme. Since I don't know. Oh yeah, there was a video when I was doing a tutorial. I said they might not know. I was referring to me. I do not know the battle tones, and my computer laptop, the sound recording go in and out. So I apologize if I mislead anybody. What I was saying is, they know what they're doing. I do not know this. This called Batocera. I don't even know how to pronounce it. I'm more familiar with Raspberry Pi than this image, and so I'm learning as I go. So whatever I learn, I go ahead and share with you, because I believe you guys who doesn't know this would like to know if somebody will share the information. So anyway, if this happens, just power off, get a different images, and it will boot to whatever image you put on this one. So it does not put the image in here. At first I thought it put the theme in here. Well, it doesn't. So go ahead, because the theme is not in here, so you can't find it. So it's going to default to the basic image or whatever image you use on this one. Oh, forgot to turn it back on. Sorry. So let me turn it off again. Okay, so once you boot it up to this one, it will show you the correct thing. Now I will have to do some research and find out. I don't want to redo this whole image. I want to figure out what file that I need to do. Maybe I just need to remove that theme, and then we'll boot up to normal. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just remove that theme that was in here, and then if you cannot find it, maybe we'll go back to this one. So let it boot up, and it should boot up to the normal image from the, I don't know, did I turn it off long enough? I don't think I turned it off long enough. All right, let me turn it off. Now, like I say, that flash drive USB is not very stable, because it already have it's already cracking the plastic. So I'm gonna let it boot up, and I'm gonna see if I could remove the file, remove the Star Wars theme, and see if that will fix this problem. Okay, so what I did is I went and delete the Star Wars theme from the user data folder. Inside there's another folder called theme, and I put the Star Wars theme in there, and that's what caused the problem. So what I did is I just deleted it, and by deleting it, I put the USB drive back in here, and it boot to the, I guess, the next one that is on the list. So that's cool. Okay, so that is something that if you guys accidentally run into a theme that do not work, just go ahead and delete it. So if you press the start button, you could go to the theme, I'm sorry, press B, and you could see that there is Dreambox, and this is the default one. Now default one, the photo is not in there. It automatic, it show up over here, but it's not in the theme folder. Then this is the one we're looking at is called the Dreambox, and then the ES Carpet, Golden Stand, and Hyper. Now Hyper is the one that I also run into problem. It looked pretty cool, but it also it frees up my other USB. I don't know, would it freeze up here? So I would not use that one. I know I used this 3 and there's no problem with it. Okay, so I'm gonna press A to get out here. Now there is, remember when you always come up, you have crazy sound, real loud. One way to get rid of that is go to the sound setting, and let me zoom in better so you can see the word instead of seeing the highlight red. Okay, sound setting, you're gonna press the B button, and then right here you're gonna turn it off. Okay, right now I turn it off. If you turn it back on and you press the A button to get out, when I say A button is this is my A button, the jump. My B button is the attack. Okay, so A, B. Okay, A is to get out, B is to apply the change. So B button is to turn it on, B button is to turn it off. So it's B button. So it's this one, B button. Okay, now once you want to get out completely, you just press A. All right, and then the sound is back. Okay, and to me it's very annoying because it's so loud and you can't hear me and all that stuff. So I'm gonna press the B button again. Press B. Now it doesn't change until you get out. So you're gonna press A. See, it's getting louder and louder. All right, so you now good to go. Now to play a game is you first have to start a game, not start a game, but select the game, and then before you start a game, pick your emulator. Then it will work. So for example, let's go back to the arcade game, because we was having some problem with the arcade game. We didn't have any problem with the final burnout, but we do for Neo Geo, but we do have problem with now this one does have 1,000 this right here tell you have 1,463 game in May, and in all game you have 11,167 games. So the image that you download is 27 zip file. Each file is like 2 gig. So once you unzip everything, it will be roughly 54 gigabyte. Okay, a little bit point something. Okay, so 54 gigabyte you could fit all in 64 gigabyte. So you don't need to get a 512. All right, so if you was to start a main, let's just go ahead and go into a main. Yeah, there you go. Okay, now I think the one we was trying to play, now once you select a game, in a few minutes the video will kick in. Okay, see, so the one that actually run the best is the emulator station. This one is the Dropbox. So it take a little bit slower to load. Let's go see if we can find a Final Fight, because Final Fight is you use now I don't know, there's a faster way to do this other than go, let me see, option is to select, menu is to start, search is the Y, X is the flavor. So if you want something, you want to add it to a flavor, you put an X. B is to launch the game, which is that we have B, and A is to go back. So we have A and B. see by down there, there's an A, and but the problem is we have A and B, but we don't have this other one, the X and Y. Okay, and so we don't have that option. All right, so let me zoom back out a little bit. Okay, so let's see if we can find one that now the stupid thing is freeze up. And I was thinking that since this thing is very limited with memory, if you load up too much like if you have video, might be the cost of it too. Video and all the stuff is trying to load everything. When you boot up, it's trying to know where everything is, so that way it boot up faster. But what I'm seeing is that the more game you have, the more there will be a problem, because I'm going to use the other joystick. No, same problem. It's not moving. Alright, let's reboot it. Okay, so if you map with the select button, you press the select button and it will pop this up. So then you don't have to, like, you know, scroll all the way. You could say give me everything start with an M, or let me like search for F. Okay, so then you just I'm not sure which one to pick. That's the problem. Okay, so you say start with an M. Now I never played with this mutant game, so let's just press select button. Now you could, the select button will come up. Now if you want to choose a different ROM emulator, you will have to go into advanced option and press the B button, and then you choose, instead of choosing automatic, you will pick either this one or this one. So turn out that the emulator that come with preloaded is May 139 and May 78 plus. So if you download a game that is not supported by either one of these, your arcade game will not work. Okay, so you will have to go into the archive.org and look for all the ROM set that is made for 0.0139. Now 0.0139 is mostly work for game like Neo Geo and Capcom. Anything like Final Burnout, it will work with the one on top. Okay, this one I don't remember what version is that. I don't know, is it Windows 10 or Windows, I don't remember which one is that. Alright, so let's just say if you choose this one and then you just press the B button. Alright, and then you go back and then back again and then press the start button. The start button. Let's see what's the option at the bottom. The menu. It doesn't really tell me what I need to select to start it. Let me press the Y button. So maybe the Y button will start the game. Now, since I picked the one with the 0.078, this game might not work. Hey, work. Okay. So this one used the 78. Now, does it have sound? I don't know, because we turned the front end sound off. Alright, let's see if we could insert a coin. Oh, it does have sound, good. So the coin, and you can have two players. So we're just gonna do one player. Yeah, it's very loud. So Now I think that once you're inside the game, you could control the sound volume. See, I just turned the sound down. See, right now I was here. Let me turn the sound back up. See, so in the game you have control over the sound, but when you are outside the game, it's best to turn it off because the system don't have control over it. So the sound is going to be very loud, the background music. Okay? Alright. I'm doing bad. I never played this game. Well, I played it probably a long time ago, but I haven't. So there's only 2 buttons, jump and punch. So this is only a 2-button game, I believe. Alright, let's get out of the game. So let's get out of the game the same way, start and select to get out of the game. So you have to have an arcade stick to play this and able to enjoy it. So to me, the way I look at it is that if you want to go this route, just go all the way. Forget it. Just put the hub in here and have the 2 controller plugged directly into the hub, and then change the controller to this one, and just forget about the stock firmware, you know. But if you do want to have the stock firmware to work, then you will have to split the cable so that the new joystick will able to function with the stock firmware. All right. Okay, so let's just let's try Turbo 16. I mean, it's PC Engine. Excuse me. And I went and changed the emulator to this one. It kind of looked nice. Everything is there. You can see it, and then you can see all the pictures at the same time, and then you could pick the one you like. And if you don't do anything, it will go into a video so you can see how was that game played. So I think this one, it doesn't use up as much memory as the other one, because apparently the other one just killed it. So let's try bunk 3, and let's just press the B button and see if it works. So by turning off the sound is okay, because the fun sound is you cannot control the sound from there, but you can control inside the game. So that's good. So now the sound is kind of loud, so you could just press it several times. As you can see, the sound is now low, so that's good. So the sound does work, but only inside the game. So we're just going to press select, or actually start button. This one don't need to be, it's not an arcade game, so no insert coin is required. So no insert coin is required on the home game. So A jump, B is to bunk. So this is a 2-button game. So I wonder if it will work over here. Since no, okay, it will pause, but it doesn't work over here. So since this game is only a 2-button, let me see if I could select and start to get out. Now I'm going to do a little bit different, see if I could get the controller to work over here by having just an extra button, which is the, I'm going to press, since this one do not require the insert button, it's just a start button. So this one should be able to work on with the regular controller. So the Turbo 16, their game is mostly like that. It's just a star and a 2-button. So Wonder why it's not. Press run. Let me press this. I guess I have to use the start button from the one that with the 10 button. Alright, I press the start button and no, it's doing the demo. I press the start, but it doesn't start. I press start here, it start. And this doesn't allow me to select, so I still have to go with the. I still have to go with the 12 button. Maybe I need to configure it. Maybe I did not. I forgot to configure it. Let's zoom in. Check out the Bunk Avenger. Actually, it's not Bunk Avenger. It's Bunk 3. That's pretty cute. You know that you actually could play Bunk on this ooh. Alright, that's cool. Alright, let's get out, select the star. Its only sad thing is that this one do not have enough button. Now if you hack it with the Marvel cabinet, then I recommend it. But if you're gonna hack it with Ninja Turtle, which I did, and stupid enough I did, and I want to do the impossible and now I kind of regret it. Okay, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, I could go back to stock framework. It's just that now it make me want to do more button drawing. You know, maybe wanted to draw more button to make it work. And so if you were to buy this to hack it, don't buy this one. Buy the Marvel with the 6 button, like the Final Fight with 6 button. Then that would be a good one to use. So PC Turbo CD will work if you just press start and 2 button. So that would be ideal game to start. So the start button does work here. I don't know why. And then A button does work here, but I cannot. Let's try the CD game. Yeah, let's go ahead and try this one. Press B. Hey, it seemed to work on this one. I think you have to go in using the button here without using the 10 button. Maybe that will keep this button working. So that seems like working. Press run. Their mapping is a little bit different than the original mapping. That's why I think that's why it's not working. So you want a run button. So I have to press the run button from this one on the 10 button controller. I can't do it on that one. And the problem, if you run it from here, you will have to play it from the one that you click on run.
Vor langer Zeit lebten die Menschen glücklich und zufrieden. Niemand bemerkte den Schaden, der sich langsam über ihnen ausbreitete.
I guess I can't skip this, huh?
Die Dunkelheit trübte ihre Sinne und das Böse war sich tief in ihre Seelen.
Somehow it's speaking different language.
Schmiedeten sie einen Pakt mit dem Teufel.
Ah, why is it playing music? I forgot about this game. This game is going to be doing too much talking. Let me get out of this game and try something that I don't have to do all that. I wonder if this one come with the Bunk CD. Oh, it's just only have it's only a couple of games only. Well, let's try Double Dragon. We know Double Dragon is Double Dragon. There shouldn't be too much of a intro video. Okay, let's see, we could press 1 here. No, I have to do it from the 10 button. Alright, so Turbo 16 work here. If I can figure out which button is what. So Turbo's the CD game will work on this machine. It'll look better than the arcade, the way they draw it. The character look pretty nice. Let me zoom in. The character look very nice. The graph is too yellow because of the way I zoom in. Oh yeah. Man, you're beat up. Ah, I'm dead. Okay, I'm starting getting the end of it. Alright, so CD does work. That's good to know. Alright, so PC Engine work, TurboGrafx CD work. You just don't have that much game in there. Alright, so press A to get out. SuperGrafx it should work. It's only 5 games. Nintendo should work. Game Boy, Super Nintendo, those should all work. Now I'm having some problem with Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I don't think all the Super Nintendo game will work because I was trying to emulate the hardest game and it just sit there and doesn't load, which is the 007. So I think that not all the game will work here. Oh. Yeah, I don't think all the game will work here. Let me see if I can turn the sound down. I don't want to get in trouble. I think Nintendo 64 will be hard to emulate. Either that or I have to choose the correct emulator because I think they have more than one emulator you could pick from. So far so good, the sound is okay. Start button's good. B button seems to work. So far so good. Now we have to look at this long demo. Yep, we'll watch all the demo before we can play. That's pretty good. The graphics look very nice. It's just that my light here is kind of yellow because it's already dark, but yeah, the color is very nice because the screen that they gave us is very nice. Alright, let's see if it works. Come on, Mario. Move. Oh shoot. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Straight from the box. Out of the box it worked. Nice. Because Nintendo 64 use another analog in the middle. So some game require 2 stick. but this is the arcade stick, so it's running good. Kind of a little bit flicking right there, but hey. Yeah, the ground is a little bit flicking. You see that it's flicking? It's turning black and dark when you're running. But the gameplay seems to work pretty well. It's funny is I never played a game long enough to finish this game. So I never really finished this game at all. So press B. Alright. So Super Mario seemed to work. I think the sound is okay. Let me turn the sound up. It doesn't really have the music going on. You just have to keep on press it. You can just hold it. Yeah, sound fine. Gosh. Oh, some lacking. Uh-oh. Where's my quarter? Where's that coin? There you go. Alright, enough of that one. Let me get out of that game. Let's go to a different console. Let's try something harder like Dreamcast. Because Dreamcast and Miami, I think is over here. Game Boy. I don't know why I did put a Nintendo DS, but it doesn't show up. It doesn't show up Nintendo DS. And I know I put Nintendo DS. They have PSP. So maybe they took it out, the emulator, because I know I put a Nintendo DS in here, but there's no Nintendo DS at all. But it does show up, oh, Mega CD. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Oh, this is the pick the correct emulator. Manufacturer. I don't know what that does. Alright, let's go see. We could play Final Fight CD. Oh, there's Final Fight. Come on, system, don't die on me. Go up. Now I don't know if this system will free up its own memory, meaning that some of those handheld games, when the handheld game, they normally when one game finished, they reboot it, so that way the system have a fresh, memory resource. So I don't know, by playing the Nintendo 64, it might be a good idea to reboot. I'm gonna press A to get out and come back in because it's just kind of like. Yeah, I wonder. It might be best I do that, because I think that by playing the game, it eat up the resource memory, and so because it is having a problem just trying to change screen. So we're gonna test Sega Cd, see if it works here. I think probably the best one to hack would be the Killer Instant, because that one it's hard to emulate, and they got it working. So I wonder, this Mega Drive, this is Sega Master, and this is CD. So let's try one CD. 1, 2. All right, let's try CD, and then we could go to the Dreamcast. See if we could get Dreamcast to work. Now I don't think Killer Instant will work here because I don't know. It just seemed like it's having some problem. It's having some problem just loading.
Metro City, a well-known crime capital, has been ruled by violence and death for many years.
So far, so good. Now, I wonder if I could press star, yeah, and play the game. Now, if you do 2-player, it's fine, but you just you have to pick another player. So I'm playing the first player here and the second player over there. Can I play 3-player? I was trying to see if I could play. I wonder if you could play 3-player Ninja Turtle now, since we have a different. Okay, because I have 3 controllers that show up. 1, 2, 3. So, all right. So Sega Cd works. So let's get out this one. Let's try the Dreamcast now. Then we're gonna try this next one. All right. Let's try Capcom vs. Let's try it out. Oop, one button. See, it works when you plug. You just don't have the start button. So those are the controller, and plus the one from the, I think it's called East something, East Star or something. Now, since we started the CD game, I don't know if that's going to create a problem with the Dreamcast, because you might have to turn it off and turn it back on. Because last time we had to do that. Let's try it again. Because whenever you have a harder to emulate, that use up, not harder, but use up more resource, game that require more power tend to eat up, and then create a system to be slow. We're gonna try this one and one more, and then we're gonna call for the day. I'll let you guys do the testing. If you guys are interested in hacking, I mean, it doesn't hurt anything to hack it. It's just that it's just kind of annoying, a pain in the neck, knowing that some of the stuff that do not work kind of get you. That's what I mean. That's what bothered me. But other than that, I mean, to me, it's better than nothing. You know, before it doesn't do any of this. So I'm very grateful for the people that created this. You know, that they did a doggone good job, you know, making this possible for us. Now I just have so many games, I don't know which one to play. Oh, okay, this one I don't have a whole lot of game. Now all the game that I have came from the original images that I got from Arcade Punk, so it's not something that I have put together. So I'm not going to take the credit because it's not the image that I created. It's just something that I throw together from an image that already have artwork and video. Because when I heard the name, I went to search for it, and I found two. One was Raspberry Pi 4, one was Raspberry Pi 3, and I was thinking this machine probably will work better with Raspberry Pi 3 images. So I grabbed the Pi 3 images, and it seemed to be working okay. It's just that I don't think this machine is powerful enough to run all the game. Yeah, I don't think it's going to run the Dreamcast because it's just sit there do nothing. It's probably going to take a long time to load, and if it does load, it's probably going to sound funny. So let's try it one more time with where we pick a different emulator. Let's see if we could do that. See if that will help. Press start and select. It doesn't exit out the game. Now I believe PlayStation worked because I think I tested on one of my videos. I don't remember which one, but I tested Crash Bandicoot or something. I forgot how you pronounce it. Yeah, I played one of the PlayStation games. It seemed to work fine. It just, I mean, PlayStation is easy to emulate. It seemed like any hardware you throw at it, it seemed to work. But yeah, that's kind of remind me about the Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Advance, it might be hard to emulate because I know some systems do not emulate Game Boy Advance very well. Definitely, I don't think PSP is gonna work. I don't know. Let's try this one. I mean, well, let's go back in and see if we could pick a different different emulator. I think we press the select button and go to advanced option, and instead of choosing it don't have another one. You only have one. It doesn't have two emulator you could pick from. Okay, because there is two different emulators. There's a Dreamcast and there's another one called Recast. So this one do not work. This one is a shooting game. Let's try a shooting game. Let's try one more time. Let's don't give up too quick. Let's try one more time. Maybe some game will work, some game will not. Let's try it. But it doesn't even have the demo, the Dreamcast demo come out. It should have the bio already because I saw it. They have the bio already there. It's interesting that it does not even load the Dreamcast logo. Okay, so no Dreamcast at this time. Unless I try it several times with the different bio and stuff like that, see if it will work or not. But right now the Dreamcast is not loading. So if you run into a problem with the theme, just delete the theme folder, okay? But I don't recommend changing the theme. I mean, I did change the two other themes. It looked kind of nice, but the system does not have enough power to run different emulators. So if you run a different emulator, you might have a problem where the system will freeze up. Let's try one that normally doesn't work, like yeah, I could tell you the other one definitely will not load. This one I doubt it will even load, but I don't know. This is a Naomi is more is by Sega, and warning: the system has a missing BIOS, and the game may not work correctly. Do you want to launch it anyway? Oh, I'm missing a BIOS, so I do need to copy the BIOS from. Yes, I need to go and copy more BIOS from the original image that I have, because I thought that they have all the BIOS that we don't need to copy any BIOS over. But it is missing the BIOS. Interesting. Yeah, I have a feeling this one not load, because this one not load. I don't think this one will load. Well, it did came from Raspberry Pi 3, so it should work. But yeah, it's missing a BIOS, so definitely this is not gonna work. I will try this again. If I got that to work, or the other one, I will do another video, because this video is already taking a long time. So I'll do another video on the other game, and then you guys could see yourself, see if it work or not. But I will go ahead and try to upgrade the BIOS and try the Dreamcast again, and plus the Sega game. And let's try one more. I have a feeling that somebody will probably want me to try this game, but I don't play this game because it's a PC game and you need more buttons. So I don't know it will automatically work here. So, but let's go ahead and try it. You know, I had Daffy here too, and Daffy is not showing up here. I have Daffy and Nintendo DS, and it doesn't. They probably took it off, because I don't see it. And I have MS1 and MS2, and I don't see, only see one. Yeah, I don't see it here. I mean, the ROM is there, but the emulator is not pulling it. Alright, let's try this one. Where'd it go? Where'd it try this? It worked. Now I can't find it. It disappeared. This one. Scumpy. Now I don't know how to play this, so that's the problem. It's probably gonna sit there and do a lot of demo and music playing. Okay, I press B twice. Oh, my phone is running out of battery. Alright, the recording is still working good. I turned it back up. It just kicked me back out. So I don't know. I don't think it worked. Let's go to advanced, see if it have different emulator. Yeah, it just, oh, it does have. Oh, you got Lipo, Scumpy, and Scum. Let's try the first one. So what I did is I press select and go to advanced option, and then you could choose a different emulator. Nope. Alright, let's press select again and go down to advanced option. Let me zoom in and focus so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, and then I press B, and then I press B again and choose let me choose this other one. Alright, back and A, and B again, and there B. Yeah, I don't want to press it again. All right, let's see what happened. Yeah, it's not working. It's kicking me out. I don't think the game is able to handle this one. Alright, I don't play in some of those other games. Let's try Game Boy Advance, because Game Boy Advance is hard to emulate too. So let's try that one. I don't know which game. Let's go ahead and play that game. It's good to have a video because you can see what the game is and then play it. So definitely the video and artwork is there. If it's missing, just go to the box folder inside the game, inside each of the console. Go inside and then add it into the box, and then also the other one called video. Just make sure you name it the same name as the ROM, and then it will pop up, it will show up. You don't want to put anything longer than 2 minutes. Alright, I made myself A. The sound's kind of a little bit off, don't you think? Alright, it does work. Alright, thank you for watching. Hopefully the image that you got from the tutorial that will, that you guys could enjoy it. It seemed like all the artwork and is there. Now, don't give me the credit. Those are not my image. I got it from Arcade Punk. I just strip it from the Raspberry Pi. Not Raspberry Pi, by the same company, the brand Batocera's 64 gig image, and then transfer into here. That's pretty much it. Alright, hope you guys enjoy it. Talk to y'all later. Bye bye.